All right, welcome everybody to the channel again. We're going to do a Gen 1 tier list. And I say we because I'm with my good friend Juan. Juan, say hello to everybody.
Hello everybody, how you guys doing today?
So he's going to help me rank the Gen 1 Pokemon. We have the Megas in here, so it's going to be 151 plus the Megas, which I don't know, is like 170 something. Something like that. Yeah, something around there. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna kind of classify based on three key features. We're gonna do appearance. We're gonna do battle power, viability, and then we're gonna do creativity. We got a couple tiers here. We have at the bottom the Ghostbusters remake, absolute trash. We have Blasting Off again. We have Ash's win rate, below average. Brock's Love Life, average. It's just a little bit above Ash's win rate. The Let's Go remakes, above average games. A Fear Rattata. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It'll change your life. And then we have, up at the very top, the S+, the Robin Williams tier. So that's for the best of the best. So we're going to start off with number 1, Bulbasaur. Juan, what are your opinions on Bulbasaur?
So the design of Bulbasaur, I've always been a good fan of it. It's classic design, got the little sprout on the top, but it does open up in the anime, which is really cool. Out of 5, I'm going to give that appearance like maybe 3.5, 4 out of 5 on that appearance.
Sure.
Big fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, I like Bulbasaur. I think he's great. There's a Reddit for the Bulbasaur Master Race. There's a whole dedication to him.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he would probably be the last starter I would pick to start with. But that doesn't mean he's bad, right? He's just the last one that I would pick out of the 3. So you know, I personally would give Bulbasaur an A rating, the Let's Go remake rating. So I would say he's above average. What do you think, Juan?
Above average definitely is a good place to put him at. Now, we are, for those who are watching, we're going to be basing this off the Gen 4 generation. That's when the split of types attack kind of happened, with physical and special attacks. If we do anything before that, Bulbasaur falls off the tier list because he doesn't really learn grass attacks early in the game, so you can't really help with the Brock stages. But as in this generation, you can actually put like an energy ball on him, or even Vine Whip, which will help you get through that first gym. So in this generation, I'd still probably put him last in the pick there. Squirtle's gonna be better for the early game, and Charmander is just a beast late game.
Right. So are you thinking above average, or are you thinking maybe just average?
I would bet just average.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that. I would boot him there. Okay. So now we have the evolution to Bulbasaur, Ivysaur. I mean, good design. It's following. He's kind of opening up his flower. I think he's a really creative Pokemon too, kind of like a dinosaur, with the flower in his back. Although, I mean, I really, does he get a poison typing here? Is this when he gets his poison typing?
Yes, he does get a poison typing when he evolves. Actually, he starts with poison.
He starts with poison. Okay, so he's always grass poison. Yeah, I mean, I would probably put him in the same place, to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep him right there in the average. He
Yeah.
starts to get a little more creative with his move pool a little bit, but he's still nothing too special.
Right. And they all evolve at 16. They don't have that lower evolution level yet, so he kind of starts falling off a little bit even at this point.
Yes.
Okay, so now we have Ivysaur. Or, sorry, not Ivysaur. Yeah, right. We just did Ivysaur. We have Venusaur. The final evolution. What do you think, Juan?
put this evolution definitely above average. It gets really good tank stats, and its move pool actually does open up.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the design of it. Pretty niche design there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Also evolves to level 32, which is lower than Charizard and Blastoise.
Right.
Big fan.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would probably say that too. Like I said, he's my least favorite of the first starters, but that's not necessarily bad. And also, that poison really gives him a lot of weaknesses, right? I mean, that opens him up to psychic attacks, and so yeah, I would put him there in the Let's Go remake tier. Okay, so now we have our first Mega. Now, this is what I'm going to say about the Megas. To keep the integrity of the Gen 1 stuff, okay? We're only going to rank Megas as high as S tier or the Fear Rattata tier. We're not going to rank them higher. That's where they're going to go. Considering they're kind of a special case, right? So, Mega Ivysaur, I like him. I think his design's super cool. Gets more flowers, gets bigger, gets tougher. Super tanky. What's your opinion, Juan?
Fear Rattata all the way with the Mega Venusaur.
Right. He gets the thick fat ability, which gives him a little bit more resistance to some of his big type weaknesses, which is Fire and Ice.
Fire and Ice, that 50% reduction to damage. It's still 1.5, but that's much lower than 2. You survive a lot more hits with that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So, yeah, I would rank him there. Yeah, I think he's definitely up there. All right, so now a favorite of everybody, Charmander, number 4 in the Pokedex. Juan, what's your opinion on Charmander?
So Charmander, I was never a big fan when Charmander first came out. I didn't really care for Charizard. Squirtle all day, every day for me. This basic design's okay, not too fancy, and battle stats wise, he's not too good early game fighting against rock and the water gyms. He does kind of explode a little bit later in the games. I can put Charmander at average.
You think average?
Below average. Put him below average.
Below average? I don't know if he's below average.
Only because he evolves at 16. That's typically when you get to Misty's gym, and the whole beginning of the game is not Charmander friendly.
Sure.
So design's okay, but viability wise, early game, not so much. I put him up below average.
Okay. Well, you did say at 16, so he'd be Charmeleon there. So maybe I would say Charmander would be an average tier, right? I would say maybe he's average. And then I would say, not to speed through Charmeleon, but maybe Charmeleon goes to below average. First of all, I don't like Charmeleon's design. It's weird. It's weird because he's redder, and then he turns back to orange, so I don't know what happened there.
True.
All he really gets is a little spike on his head. There's no real big change between the two. And like you said, I mean, his viability drops at this point in the game. This is where he's evolving. Right. So, yeah. I would say Charmeleon would be below average.
Okay.
Do you agree with that? All right, cool.
I can agree with that. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so now moving on to Charizard. Now, Charizard, everybody loves. Everybody loves Charizard. And listen, I'm a Charmeleon starter all day. I go fire type in the games. This is what I'm going to say about Charizard. I think he's a little overplayed. Okay? At this point. I think he's been shoved down everybody's throats. So, at one point, I would rank him S tier. At one point in my life. But I don't know. I think I would only go maybe above average. I might put him where Venusaur is. What do you think, Lon?
I would definitely agree with that. If this was pre-Mega Evolutions, he was one of the best. I would put him at S tier because there wasn't other fire Pokemon that's stronger than Charizard. He's too good as a fire type in the Kanto region. Not many can beat it. But with the Megas, I definitely put him above average because his Mega Evolutions are just way better than he actually is.
Right. I agree with that. Okay, so now I believe this is the X version is the black Charizard.
Yes.
What's your opinions on do you know a lot about Charizard X, Mega Charizard X?
Yeah, I got this one. So Mega Charizard X turns. First off, it loses its flying type and gains dragon type, which is a big thing because it takes away the water weakness and the 4 times rock. Very powerful, very helpful. And since it's also fire, fairy is also normal effective to it. So this typing is a big boost in strength just on types alone. Its ability is Tough Claws, which does more damage for physical attacks, and he hits much harder. I would definitely put Charizard X Charizard in the Fear Rattata category, and for his Charizard Y would go into the above average.
No, the Fear Rattata is above average. Oh, you're saying he would go.
Oh, is it?
Well, I would disagree. This is why I would disagree with that.
Okay.
So I would swap them because the weird thing about the Charizard X is normally your Charizard is going to be carrying those special moves on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what his regular base stat favors. And so now you're looking at a situation where your Charizard is only good when it Mega Evolves. Because you're going to be carrying physical moves and non-stab dragon moves on this Charizard. Which I think, gives it a little bit less viability. And then the other Charizard, it's just going to boost your fire and your flying type moves. Now, it's going to carry those super weaknesses, but I think you got to be careful when you're Mega Evolving regardless on any Pokemon type. You know what I mean? What do you think of that?
It would be correct if Mega Evolution kind of stood there and last, but since you can actually raise 2 different Charizards and raise it separately for a physical attack build and a special attack build, the physical one would do more damage just because of the extra ability damage it does, the extra Tough Claws. Because its attack goes to 130 for stats for physical and special attacks. So Mega Charizard X will still do more damage. But because Charizard is normally special attacking, so we'd have a normal Charizard and you still the stone on there, Y would be better. So just for more people who aren't trying to be competitive with it, you will have probably more viability with the Y because it's going to give you a higher special attack stat.
Yeah, okay. I definitely like the design of Charizard X better, though.
Yes.
Charizard Y is kind of meh.
It just has a longer horn. I guess the wings come out a little bit wider. And if anyone who watched Pokemon Origins, Charizard X is in there because it's just definitely cool.
Right. I would say I would put them both. I'm gonna put them both in fear. I'm gonna put them both above average. I'm gonna put the Charizard X in front of the Charizard Y. I'm gonna boot Venusaur down here. Yeah, we're gonna do that like that, I think. Doesn't really matter. Okay, anyways. Okay, so now we're moving on to Squirtle. So you're a fan of Squirtle.
Squirtle goes in above average. Completely dominates the early game.
And he's good mid game.
Yeah.
And he's just a turtle that's water, so I think that's really fitting. I think he's kind of cool. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's an easy place.
Design's pretty cool. You still got the Squirtle squad from the anime.
Right. Yep. I agree with that.
Definitely above average.
I agree with that. So now we got Wartortle. I mean, I'm gonna defer to you on this one. Maybe average.
So I would put Wartortle below average.
Okay.
Only on the basis after the second gym, you got an electric gym coming up, and you have a grass gym coming up. both kind of just beat Wartortle to the side.
Right. That's a
So,
good. That's a good
design is like,
I think it's kind of like Charmeleon, where I mean, it's a little better than Charmeleon, but you know, like Bulbasaur, they had a plan. He's kind of evolving his flower on his back. These two, I don't think they had a plan. They just made him a bigger version.
He gets wings and a tail. I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah, and then they all go away. Like his swoopy tail, he loses it. It just turns into a turtle tail. So, yeah, I don't know about that. All right, yeah, I agree with the below average. Yeah. All right, we got Blastoise. I might even put Blastoise in above Rattata, to be honest.
Okay, what's your reasons on this one?
It's a turtle with cannons on its back. Now, I will say he's the only non-dual typed starter, but I think that's an advantage, to be honest, because the other dual type starters get some mega weaknesses.
I do agree with that one. As a pure water type, you always worry about grass and electric.
Right.
Which most people don't really play a lot of grass types. And electric types, he's tanky. So electric types also can take a couple hits.
And once you hit the Elite Four, I mean, there's really nothing that's getting in his way. I mean,
so
I'm
definitely above average for Blastoise because the last two gens is fire and ground. Blastoise is dominance. So. Yeah,
I think the game is made for Blastoise. To be honest, I mean, he has a game. It's Pokemon Blue. You know.
It's true.
You know, like Venusaur, you run into Agatha, or no, sorry, not Agatha. The ice. What's her name? Do you remember her name? Loretta.
Oh, yeah, I think it's somewhere around that one.
Yeah, you run into the ice Elite Four member, and then Charizard. You know, you run into rock types with Bruno. Even though he's a fighting Elite Four member, he has a bunch of rock types for some reason. So.
Yeah. Lorelei is her name.
Yeah, Lorelei. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I would put. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put him at the very top of the above average. I mean, I think.
I know it's kind of like right there. Like you can put him almost in the Rattata status, but like I put him at the very end of that one, but he can also just be at the very front of the above average. So it's
I'll put him in Rattata.
Right there on the crisp.
I'll put him on Rattata. I think the game's made for Blastoise, to be honest. All right,
yeah,
so now we have the Mega, and you know what? I'm gonna say it. I want to put the Mega. I'm gonna put it here preemptively in the blasting off again category. In right above the Ghostbusters remake.
Now, I feel like that's a pun for his Mega Launcher ability.
Yes, it kind of is. Honestly, I think Blastoise should be a Steel type too, but I think they did that with Empoleon. But anyways.
They did do it with Empoleon. I thought his Mega could have been a Steel type. That would have been...
Right.
I do not care for the design of Mega Blastoise whatsoever.
I think it's too much. I don't think... I mean, I don't think his Mega... What ability does his Mega get?
Mega Launcher. Increase the power of Aura and Pulse moves by 50%.
Okay. Yeah, I mean... what? Yeah, I don't see it.
Which isn't that good, because I don't think he learns... what is it? I said Pulse? Yeah, so like, Aura Pulse, Lucario's favorite move, I don't think he learns that, which is like the best Pulse move you can learn here.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, if you're hitting something with your water move as a Blastoise, I think you are expecting to kill it. So I think you're already going to be... I don't think you need more damage.
I agree.
Right.